John downloaded the app because, honestly, who sleeps well anymore? SomniSense, the ad promised. Track your sleep cycles, identify disturbances, optimize your rest. Sounded like magic. Just place your phone on the nightstand and let its sensitive microphone listen to the night. The first few nights were fine. Graphs showed restless phases, some snoring, the usual creaks of an old apartment building. Then came night 7. John drifted off, exhausted. At 3:05 a.m., according to the playback timestamp later, the app recorded something. It was buried deep in the audio file, almost masked by the phone's own ambient noise. John dismissed it. A glitch, a weird pipe gurgle, the building settling. Anything but what it sounded like. A breath, close to the microphone. But it kept happening, night after night, always between 3 a.m. and 3:15 a.m. The whispers grew clearer, less like static, more like words struggling to form. John started checking the playback with a knot of dread every morning. They'd listen, headphones on, volume up, straining. The whispers were always there. Sometimes it was just a sigh, sometimes a fragmented word, dark, waiting, see you.
Rationalizations crumbled. John moved the phone from the nightstand to the dresser across the room. Surely if it was some external noise, the distance would muffle it? The next playback was crystal clear, as if spoken directly into the phone's mic, despite being across the room. Closer. John froze. Ice water flooded their veins. That wasn't possible. The phone was 6 feet away. Nothing should sound that intimate, that present. Panic set in. John tried deleting the app. It wouldn't uninstall. The icon remained, a cold, unblinking eye on the screen. Factory reset? The phone powered back up, and there it was. SomniSense, already running, already listening. Sleep became impossible. John would lie rigid in the dark, eyes wide, staring at the phone's dim outline on the dresser. The silence between 3 a.m. and 3:15 a.m. became a physical weight, a suffocating anticipation. Was the app causing the whispers? Or was it just hearing something that had always been there? One night, desperation took over. John grabbed the phone, finger hovering over the delete button again. As the clock ticked over to 3:05 a.m., the app's interface flickered. The usual sleep graph vanished. Replacing it was a simple, horrifying line of text, glowing faintly in the dark room. Turn over.
John's blood turned to slush. They were lying on their right side, facing the wall, away from the room. The phone was on the dresser behind them. How did it know their position? The command wasn't a notification. It was on the app itself. Paralysis locked every muscle. Every instinct screamed, "Don't move, don't turn, don't look." The darkness behind John felt thicker, colder. Was there breathing? Not on the phone, but in the room? A soft, rhythmic sound? Or was it just their own frantic pulse? The text on the phone screen changed. The letters jagged, urgent. "Look at me." John squeezed their eyes shut, tears hot on their cheeks. The phone screen cast the only light, a sickly rectangle illuminating the ceiling. Something moved in the periphery of that light, a deeper shadow detaching itself from the gloom near the closet. Tall, impossibly thin. Its shape didn't make sense. Angles too sharp, limbs too long. A dry, papery rustling sound, like old leaves or desiccated skin dragging across the floorboards. Slow, deliberate, getting closer to the bed. The digital hum from the phone rose to a piercing whine. The words on the screen flashed, red now, strobing. You are awake, you are awake, you are awake. The rustling stopped right beside the bed. Wet breathing was loud, directly next to John's ear. The phone's whine reached a painful pitch. John didn't turn, couldn't. They lay perfectly still, pretending to be asleep. The breathing hovered, inches from their exposed neck. Cold radiated from the presence, a deep, unnatural chill that seeped into the mattress. A long, drawn-out whisper, filled with static and malice, seeming to come from both the phone's speaker and the space right next to John's ear. Sleep is over. The phone's whine cut off abruptly. Utter silence. Then the soft, wet breathing started again. But now it was coming from under the bed. SomniSense is still on John's phone. It runs every night. The whispers are clearer now. They give instructions. Small ones at first. Open the window. Leave the hall light off. John obeys, because the alternative, the thing that breathes in the dark, the thing the app was never tracking John's sleep for, but its own, what does it want when it finally says, "Let me in"?